In the last video, we learned how to select cases. In this video, we want to start analyzing data and answering our research questions. The first question we're going to look at is concerning the cross-county compared with other districts that have a free and reduced lunch percentage of 70% or greater. The first thing we need to know is what is the ACT scores for reading, English, math, science, and composite for cross-county. Now, one of the easiest ways to do that, instead of scrolling down through here to find it, is to go up here to DK and select the number that represents cross-county. Now, in this data, 1 represents cross-county, 2 represents KIP, and 3 represents KIP Blytheville. So we can go up to data, select cases, click on if, and we're going to start out with the year 2014. So that's okay. The free and reduced lunch count is going to be 70 or greater, so that's okay. So that should get cross-county. But this time we want our decan to be equal to 1. And what that's telling us is we're just going to look at the cross-county data for 2014. So we click continue, click OK, and we go back and look at our data. And what it has done is marked out everything except the 2014 data for cross-county schools. So now we just need to have the computer tell us what our scores are for reading, English, science, math, and composite. So to do that, we can go up to Analyze, Descriptive Statistics, come down to Descriptives. Now we want to move the reading, English, math, science, and the composite scores over into our variable list. So we can do that one at a time, or I can start here with reading and hold my finger on the shift key and click on the last one here, which is the composite, and highlight all of them, move them over into the variable list, and then I go over to options and I want the mean box checked and I want the standard deviation box checked. Click continue, click OK, and notice I get the output. Now this is the cross-county scores, so they had an average of 21.08 for reading, 20.08 for math, 18.33 for science, 20.04 for 18.33 for math, 20.04 for science, and their composite average was 19.63. And I'm going to type this in here because we'll be referring to this, Cross County 2014. Okay, now we want to go back. Since we've got that information, we go back to data, select the cases, if condition is satisfied, and this time we want the 2014 data. We want the free and reduced to be greater than 70%, but we want the decan schools to be non-decan. So all the schools that are non-decan that have a free and reduced lunch count of 70% or greater in the year 2014. So we're selecting all those schools. So we click OK, and it's computing that. Now we've got our score here for reading. So what we need is the average for all the non-decan schools that have a high SES. So we go up to Analyze, we come down to Compare Means, come over to One Sample T-Test, and we're going to do these variables one at a time. So let's just start with reading. So we move reading over to our box, and then we want the average for the cross-county as our test variable. Well, the cross-county reading score was 21.08. So we type in 21.08 and we click OK. Notice here that we have 67 schools that are non-decan schools that have a free and reduced lunch count greater than 70%. So there are 67 schools here that we're looking at. They had a mean score of 20.16. Remember that reading was 21.08 at Cross County, so Cross County did better on the mean score. But now we come down to our t-value, our degrees of freedom. But here's what we want to look at, our significance. And notice that the significance is 0.003, so that means there is a significant difference between the reading scores of Cross County and the other schools of similar SES. So the Cross County mean was higher in reading than in the other schools of similar SES. Now let's go to the next one, which is English. So again, same process, go up to Analyze, compare the means, one sample t-test. Now keep in mind everything else is okay, our selection is okay. So we move reading out and move English over to our test variable. And this time our Cross County average was 20.08. So in the test value we put 20.08. Click OK. And when we come down here, notice our mean for English was 18.72. And again, remember Cross County was 20.08. So that means Cross County scored higher than the rest of the schools of similar SES. In English, we come down, we look at the significance again, and the significance is 0.000, which means that again Cross County scored significantly higher on the English ACT scores. Then we go up and do the same thing for math. Go to Analyze, compare means, the one sample t-test. Going to move the English out and move the math in to our test variable. Our math average was 18.33 for our test value. Click OK, and we scroll down and notice this time the mean for the other schools was 19.08, which is higher than the 18.33. And we go back down and we look at our significance, and notice the significance is 0.002. So that means for math the other schools scored significantly higher than Cross County on the ACT. So we can repeat the process for science and the composite, and then we can go back and look at the year 2015, do the same thing for 2016, 17, and we're finished with Cross County. So then we can move to the next question, follow the same procedure, and this is how we would analyze and resolve this question.